Hello everyone and welcome back to the Modern Championships here at Grey Ogre Games, powered by the Power 9 Podcast. My name is Mick, I'm one of your hosts, alongside Benjamin Huang, whose Chinese name shall
whose
not
Chinese
be
name
revealed.
you still don't know.
I will get it one of these
So we have a
days.
very interesting matchup. It's Wilfred Lau on the left playing his trademark, his eponymous Lantern control deck against Shane, who we saw briefly on camera playing his Death Shadow Zoo.
Very briefly.
Shane leading off with Gitaxian Probe. He sees Wilfred's hand, and his hand involves Pitting Needle, Codex Shredder, Mox Opal, Ghoul Caller's Bell, Ancient Stirrings, and Glimmer Void. Will on a decent hand, but no fundamental lock pieces against Shane yet. I think Will's very well positioned in this matchup.
It should be quite strong, right?
Yeah, since his opponent is trying to play oversized creatures and stuff. The only things that Will has to be concerned about is the fact that his opponent has become immense, and so he can sneak a creature under probably a Monastery Swiftspear under the bridge, and then get him with a bunch of prowess triggers.
Yeah, Wilfred needs to empty his hand as quickly as he can so that
his bridge becomes active. And Wilfred also on a pretty land light hand, so any kind of stumbling could prove to be quite problematic for him.
Yeah.
He does not really have to fear any serious artifact destruction on his opponent's end.
Yeah. Any burns in the suicide deck?
Yeah.
No, right.
Some burn. I think some amount of burn.
There is
just lightning bolts, right?
Lightning bolts, yeah. So two lightning bolts, something that you have to be aware. There's also Temur Battle Rage,
so
which one hit
Shane
combo.
going pretty crazy this turn with Monastery Swiftspear into Mutagenic Growth, which and then playing a Death Shadow, a 1/1 Death Shadow for now, or 2/2 Death Shadow.
Yep.
So he's gonna mill a top card, which is not great for Wilfred.
Why did he do that? Damn.
He would do that because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what's on top of his library. So it could easily have been the next card as opposed to the first card. So, but it's gonna help fuel Shane's become immense.
Yeah. Does he have become immense in hand already?
I didn't get a look, but there's a Temur Battle Rage and another Death Shadow.
Yeah, okay. So, but the Death Shadow and like Temur Battle Rage does enough damage. Yeah.
So he's gonna play another Codex Shredder and tap the Mox Opal for
another Codex Shredder.
I think with our Lantern, it's they're quite subpar in that regard. Oh, but you see he's found a bridge in his hand.
And
so he just needs to be able to survive to the next turn. So
he also needs to empty his hand, by the way, because the Monastery Swiftspear can still keep getting in.
So if your will, do you, for example, Thoughtseize yourself to take out 2 cards at a time?
Wow.
Yeah.
That might actually be an option.
Yeah, because he's gonna get hit for 6 this turn. But Thoughtseize yourself means it puts you down to
double lightning bolt range.
3 single lightning bolt range. No, he's on 14, so he's on 8. So he's still okay, barring anything. He goes to 9.
1, 2,
because
3, 4. Oh, right.
Because there's no prowess trigger.
No, and no planes as well.
No planes as well. So he's playing out. His opponent's playing out his hand. He's gonna mill himself. So Will is just hoping to
Okay.
Oh, Will quite lucky there, dodging the Inquisition. Will needs to draw a land, and he does find a land. So things are going very well for him because he's gonna be able to play. Oh, Will fatally puts the land into play untapped, thinking that his Mox Opal is a land. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you don't put your lands together with your artifacts.
No, that's a Black Cleave.
Yeah, but he doesn't have.
No, it needs to be rectified, dude.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Things like this, if you're a judge and you walk by, right, you need to actually intervene and rectify, because they're not, for example, like missed triggers and stuff like that. So especially if people are watching. So for example, life total discrepancies need to be rectified if somebody is watching. But most of the time, things go unchecked, which does happen during actual games of Magic the Gathering. And
It has to be, right?
Yeah, it has
So,
to be.
as a
It's-
judge,
it's
can
not
you
a-
explain to us why
All right.
I
so,
had to go and correct that situation?
Yeah, I was explaining already. So things like, for example, missed triggers. Those
That's
that
not a
is
trigger,
right? Correct. That's not a trigger. So things like missed triggers, does not need to be rectified. There's no intervention that is required. But things like, for example, wrongfully casting spells. So illegal spells need to be rectified.
If I'm in Shane's position, I can argue that Wilfred thought that Wilfred had tapped it for mana.
That is true. Unfortunately, watching, yeah. So here's one of the unfortunate things that happens when you have a feature match table. It means that people are always watching. People are always correcting whatever the plays that are going on, and sometimes.
So would it have been, for example, illegal for Shane to have continued playing, knowing that his opponent had said my Blackleaf Cliffs comes into play tap?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Alright, so what can happen at that point, especially if more than one
Turn
cycle has
cycle.
gone to
Right.
has gone by, then no rectification will be done. You do not rewind the turn such
Sure.
that it will be okay. But players need to be a bit more careful. So that's one of the issues that I want to actually bring up on the podcast one of these days, which is the feature match table is definitely a very different area. Although WotC has tries their best to make sure that it is roughly the same. We know that feature match area is definitely just a different beast. It's just treated differently. All right, so let's take a look at the sideboard, shall we? Over and in Shane's corner, well, we know most of his sideboard. The Forest, Grafdigger's Cage, Inquisition of Kozilek, Naturals. What's this? Natural Sense? Natural State.
Natural state.
Yeah. It looks like Natural Sense.
Yeah. Well,
Very sensual, yeah.
it's
Ancient Grudge, Lightning Helix, Pyroclasm, Stony Silence, Dismember, Phyrexian Life, Hooting Mandrills. This is interesting. Tasigur, the Golden Fang, and Apostle's Blessing. Well, the things that you want to bring in, definitely the Natural State, the Ancient Grudge, anything that deals with the Inquisition of Ensnaring Bridge. Inquisition of Kozilek is also something that you might want to bring in, yeah?
Yeah. I could definitely see all of those things.
One Stony Silence just to stop all the Lantern activations.
The Stony Silence is amazing against Wilfred's deck.
Man.
Yeah.
But on Wilfred's side, let's take a look. 1 Pithing Needle, 3 Leyline of Sanctity, 1 Spellskite, 1 Nature's Claim, a Seal of Primordial. Okay, 1 Sun Droplet, 1 Ancient Grudge, 2 Pyroclasm, Welding Jar, 2 Welding Jars, and 2 Surgical Extractions. I think, we definitely want the Welding Jars, especially against, sideboarded opponents. Opponents don't usually put in Artifact Hit, but I think going into the next few matches, you have to figure that your opponents will be putting some.
I think Welding Jar is one of those cards that always starts in the side and then always comes in.
Yeah.
It's
it's an automatic include.
Similar to like Monastery Mentor in Miracles decks and Legacy, that kind of thing. It's just something that you bring in, but it's not great for a game one kind of plan. It gives you just a different way to win in Legacy. This gives you some protection against your opponent. The Sun Droplet's not bad. The Nature's Claim might be okay in a pinch, gain some life.
It also help,
and giving your opponent some life also helps kill his
Death Shadow.
Death Shadow.
Yeah, that's a good.
And the Spellskite, I think quite easy.
Spellskite, it's a good blocker, and that's about it, right?
It's good against the other artifact removal. A lot of the times the match will come down to your opponent. He can't fetch that.
Deal with
not your opponent being able to deal with your bridge and just crashing through for a large amount. So having a Spellskite in play means that you effectively have 2 bridges. It's also good very early on because it blocks creatures and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And so Shane leading off with his. We've seen him do this twice on camera already. Step Links.
Yeah.
Off a Godless Shrine, which is not a very common combination.
But yeah.
And Wilfred having brought in or having his 2 of the main deck Abrupt Decays, drawing one of them. His hand looks a little bit land heavy.
Shadow, yeah.
He looks to have a Lantern of Insight.
All right.
And this is risky for Wilfred, leading off on this land. unless he has a welding jar, which he's gonna have. Because if Shane had found a way to kill the Lantern Insight, then his welding jar would have gone by the wayside. Sorry, his Glimmer Void would have fallen by the wayside. So yeah, you see the kind of like hallmark card of Wilfred's deck. Lantern Insight lets you control your opponent's draws and your own draws with all of the self mill and targeted mill in terms of the Codex Shredder and Goo Caller's Bell.
It gives you information about what your opponent's playing or what his follow-up draws might be.
And it rewards very good players or players who can keep track of their opponent's cards, because basically from this point onward, Wilfred knows Shane's hand.
I think if Wilfred could hear you say that, he'll be like blushing right now.
Yeah, I mean...
No, we say it rewards good players. We're not saying that
we're not saying that Wilfred's... I mean... We give Wilfred a lot of crap because he's a local, like a regular at the store.
Alright,
so yeah, Shane has some really good tools for battling the Lantern deck in this matchup, because he has Gitaxian Probe, so he can draw cards when he wants to draw them.
Yep.
And then he can, in this case, he really wants to be able to Inquisition away that bridge.
Yeah.
And then he's going to draw another Gitaxian Probe, so he can use the fact that he knows what's coming up to decide when to draw the cards. So yeah, my only concerns, I guess, for Shane are the constriction that he has on his colored mana, because he wants to pay black to play the Death Shadow, but he also wants to pay black to play the Inquisition.
Yeah, and
so instead he's going to have to go with Wild Nakato this turn.
Mismatch bridges, yes, mismatch bridges.
Yeah, Wilfred. For those of you who don't know this guy, he's a bit of a troll. He likes to play with like mismatch cards, Chinese
he likes to
cards,
play white bordered lands,
white bordered basics, that kind of stuff.
We love him for it, but sometimes if you've got...
I'm surprised he actually has like the he doesn't have white bordered Llanowar Waste, for example.
His opponent decides to take away the
Abrupt Decay instead of the bridge.
Does he have a bridge? Yeah.
I'm guessing he's putting Wilfred on the fact that Wilfred doesn't have another mana source, so he's trying to get in before he can. I feel like that's kind of a poor approach, because he's gonna play double Codex Shredder now, and so Wilfred can really control his opponent's draw step.
Alright, Shane really needs
but Shane has a Thought Seize, which is why he follows up with a Thought Seize, which is why he played the last turn that way.
So Ensnaring Bridge goes down.
Ensnaring Bridge is down, and he's gonna be able to cycle his Street Wraith to draw another land and crack the fetch, presumably, or trigger the landfall first.
Yeah,
he's gonna crack the fetch
and then trigger landfall again.
To deal Wilfred 7 total damage and be able to put a Death Shadow into play.
Yeah, he's going to look for the...
Yeah,
wow,
going to 5.
Huge.
Yeah, the Death Shadow at this point is an 8/8. An 8/8.
He's going to take 5. Yeah, he's going to take 2 more damage. Okay, so
Wilfred
doesn't have a lot of time to draw into something relevant, like another.
So
bridge,
they need to adjust the life totals, right?
7,
10. Oh no. So there's a 6/6. He was at 10. He cast. He was at 12. Right. He Thought Seized, went to 10, and then went to 3. So drawing.
Spellsky is going to be useful, but I'm not quite sure.
Not sure if it's useful enough, because I think if you're in Wilfred's position, you are basically drawing to Ensnaring Bridge, right?
And the Codex Shredder can get you back something, right?
Yeah, but it takes 5 mana to bring stuff back. What's really interesting is that Step Links is really good in this matchup, because Step Links has 0 power to begin with,
and it pairs well with
fetch lands.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that I guess to be able to cast the Death Shadow, he had to use the fetch land.
Yeah, okay, so he gets.
But now Wilfred's in the unenviable position of having his opponent draw, being afraid of his opponent drawing lands. And right here, Shane is going to be able to draw the Timor Battle Ridge if he needs to. Wilfred being at 9
No, you can activate the lantern and both
Yeah.
players get milled.
Yeah. I don't think that's a play anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think you still want to go under or around the Spellskite in as this case may be.
Yeah.
Because Wilfred has to chump the Spellskite with
Death
with the
Shadow.
Death Shadow. And the Timber Battle Rage is not going to be great with the Spellskite anyway. I don't know why he's backing up his cards.
Can he activate lantern? He could, right?
He could have activated the Lantern, or he could have made the Battle Rage target the Spellskite
Yeah.
with the blue mana he has in play. So I think that was a little bit premature, but still odds Wilfred was like, maybe he had 1 in 4 chance to draw the 3 remaining bridges in his deck.
Yeah. Alright. So going back to the sideboard, I think would you sideboard differently?
If
on the
I'm
play and
Will,
the draw?
I probably bring in the Inferno Tutor. I keep the Inferno Tutor. I know he has one main. He should probably keep it main so that he has extra ensnaring bridges.
Mm-hmm. Especially you're going on the draw. You're going on the play, which means that you
It's
can
easier to get
actually
Hellbent.
activate the-
And
I like that you refer to it as Hellbent as having no cards in hand.
isn't that the name of the mechanic?
Well, that's the name of the mechanic, yes, but yeah. I didn't play during that era.
Oh,
so,
okay. No cards in hand.
Madness and Hellbent were like, oh man, two very very distant.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of decks that took advantage of Hellbent.
Oh man, I can just imagine.
Yeah.
Didn't he come around in the Ravnica?
Yeah, it
period?
was
There
a
was
Dissension mechanic.
Yeah.
And there was a black-red deck that was played by, I think, Antonino Di Rosa, that had Dark Confidant and Greater Gargadon in the same deck.
What?
-10 was the name of the deck.
Minus 10.
You've seen -5, -6, and this is -10.
This is minus
Yeah.
10.
And I think like there were other high casting cost cards in the deck. There was Hit and Run, which I think was a total of 7 because of the combined mana cost.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so one of those.
Very cute, very cute. Alright, so Wilfred probably opting to go on the play here.
Yeah, I think playing is very important against the opponent when he's trying to flood his board with like 3/3s.
Yeah, a hell of creatures and
And I think
your opponent's life
in
doesn't
theory
really matter.
it's a very winnable matchup. It's just
You gotta keep a good
Shane
7, yeah.
Shane had the right combination of Thoughtseize and Inquisition to knock out Will's hand.
Mm.
And I think Shane played a little bit with fire there, right? He could have been punished for not taking the bridge and Will drawing some kind of land.
Opal,
Yeah.
just Mox Opal straight off the top and seeing
But
instead he had to
could Will have inferred, for example, from the Inquisition taking the Abrupt Decay that he had a second discard spell and therefore he needed to stick that bridge as soon as possible? If that's the case, he should have shredded himself or he should have Ghoul Caller's Belt himself. Like that's the kind of play that sometimes it's easy to play modern decks too fast, right? Like you just go through the motions. You think that because it's such a linear format, but sometimes there's a lot of stuff you can infer from the way your opponent plays as to what you should be doing.
I think this is more apparent when you watch, let's say, Legacy and Vintage.
Sure.
The amount of information.
Why
that
is
your
that, though?
opponent gives off.
Why do people not like? For example, if your opponent attacks is 3/3 into your 4/4 in standard, or it's 4/4 into your 4/4 in standard, and with green and white mana up, you immediately think Dromoka's Command.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And so, but in why is it in the case that in modern? Is it because there's so many more cards that people just think that people aren't considering permutations?
It's hard to play around.
So Wilfred going to 5 here, quite unfortunate. He looks to have a lot of mana in his hand, and he has the Academy Ruins is very important, very key for the whole.
So Lantern of Insight goes down.
Yeah.
Which is,
Lantern of Insight comes down. So Will knows, for example, to dump his hand next turn because he's going to be facing down a Inquisition. Good thing for Will, he doesn't have any problems dumping his hand because he doesn't have much of a hand to begin with. And this is where the Lantern deck is at its best, and often probably not favored as much as people should. Is when it has no cards in hand, but because it has its selection mechanic of Lantern of Insight and any kind of mill spell, any kind of mill artifact, it's going to be able to keep pace, effectively selecting what it's drawing every turn. Kind of like Sensei's Divining Top.
Does he have a Codex Shredder? Yes.
Yep.
Alright,
so his
he's
hand
going
is
to
now completely empty. He's gonna shred away his opponent's one-off Stony Silence because that's horrible for this deck.
That's what you do.
Wilfred getting very lucky, and being in a position to see that.
So now Death Shadow on the top, probably not going to allow him to. Actually, probably just allow him to have that. Yeah, if he wants the Death Shadow.
He already knows his opponent drew another shadow.
Yeah. Monstrous Spear. Is there a land to follow up?
A land to trigger a landfall. He's gonna play the Gitaxian Probe to trigger the prowess on
Alright, so Academy Ruins
on the Monastery
will allow
Mentor.
to just cycle back cards and put it back onto the top of the library.
And unfortunately for Shane, I think he sequenced his turn quite poorly. Had you known, for example, that was the only land that you were gonna play, you might have wanted to cast the Swiss Spear off of the Blood Crypt before, but he has obviously the Mutagenic Growth, which allows him to cast the Death Shadow.
Yeah.
But if you had it the other way around, you could have cast the spell, the Step Links.
Yeah.
And attacked. I'm surprised he didn't attack with the Step Links.
Oh, he didn't?
Why is that? He had a landfall trigger.
Strange, landfall trigger already.
So, Will playing the Spell Guide, quite,
that was interesting. Going down, taking a 2.
Taking a 2. Will is thinking about milling his opponent here. Very rightly so. Ghost quartering his opponent's land. In response. So, Will, on the read that his opponent doesn't have a basic in his deck, Will also deciding that if his opponent does have a land in his deck, that he can only get one land and thus won't be drawing the fetch land to trigger the Step Links.
Yeah.
So now Will can decide if he wants to shred away the top card of Shane's deck. Shane checking his sideboard for the one basic forest he has in the sideboard, choosing to draw the fetch land instead.
So he doesn't. He doesn't grind that away.
He doesn't get the Ghost Quarter. I think Will has a plan. My only concern now is that there isn't much Will can block profitably. He's going to have to take at least 8 to the face, if not more. Probably 9 to the face.
Well, the Death Shadow is going to be a 7/7.
Yeah, once he pays the life to put the shock land into play untapped.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised in Will's situation he didn't grind himself. I can see he didn't grind Shane. I can see Will's attitude. Will's attitude is that he is going to have to draw a bridge to win this game. So wasting a grind on his opponent to minimize two points of damage, arguably, isn't going to matter so much if he's going to lose to the 9/9 next turn anyway.
True. But then the Step Links get +2/+2.
Yeah,
exactly. No, there'll be another 4 points of damage, man.
I mean, he might have assumed that, for example, Shane had a non-fetch land in his hand.
I see. Okay.
So the difference could have been 2. But here Shane's gonna get I think a Temple Garden would be best. Best suited for the scenario. Okay. Since he has he has Inquisition.
Yeah, he doesn't have his Wild of Cartels in hand. Although I actually would go for the,
because he doesn't need to play any Duress or Inquisition or Thoughtseize type effects anymore. He only needs to play, unless he has double Death Shadow. That's the only reason he could want
to do that.
To go that way.
He's got one more Death Shadow in hand already.
So he's gonna get in for 3 total. No, 5 total. Yeah, double Death Shadow. So this is all in. He needs to. Will needs to find Ensnaring Bridge.
He untaps. You should
mill this.
Himself. Yep. And that's not an Ensnaring Bridge.
And he's gonna shuffle his own library to make sure that to get one more shot at an Ensnaring Bridge. But
but
he doesn't have Metalcraft.
He doesn't have Metalcraft.
So
so that's the
quick game. Shane Ng wins 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1.
Very convincingly, actually.
So traditionally, people say that Lantern is favored against any kind of beatdown deck, but Shane,
sometimes
with discard and with just such a fast clock, a blazingly fast clock.
That was turn 3, by the way, guys.
That was turn 3. Yeah, it was turn 3. Yeah, that's insane. He didn't kill him on turn 3, but it was effectively a concession on turn 3, right? Because Shane would have needed his turn 4 to kill Wilfred.
No, that was turn 3 on both their sides. Wilfred goes to turn 4, and then that's the end of the game.
Yeah, so
Really fast, yeah.
Shane will have killed on his turn
turn
4.
four, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so very quick games of Magic. Unlike
Still have
your
half a
Magic
round left. Do you want to try and get someone else on?
game. I don't know. Do you want to?
Yeah, I don't mind. Let's see if we can get
Alright,
another
let's
match
see.
on
Yeah,
camera.
let's see if we can get another match on camera. We'll be right back. Oh no! While Ben is looking for another match, I believe I should inform you that we do have other broadcasts that we do on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We have standard, modern, and vintage, respectively, 8 p.m. Singapore time. We also have on the weekends some tournaments, for example this one, which is the Modern Championship, and you can keep yourself updated by liking our Facebook page and just following and making sure that you're up to date with weekend tournaments, because we do stream those. Next weekend we'll have a Legacy tournament. I think there'll be at least 30 players, and they'll also be vying for a box of Eternal Masters. So yeah. Other thing I want to tell you guys about, if you want to watch all the older streams, you can go down to the YouTube page, just subscribe, and just watch all the videos there. All the archive content from our streams do go there. And finally, do support our partners, Power9 Podcast. I'm one of the hosts. We just sit around every week and we just talk about, we talk shop about Magic. It's just a lot of fun, me and Alfian. Just do give it a listen and like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, yeah? Alright, Ben? Yeah? Alright, so there's not going to be another match because I think a lot of the matches are ending soon. There's a lot? There's a Mick curse. Oh, so Mick, if Mick...
and Mick's watching you,
okay, alright.
one of these games is going to go down poorly.
One of these games is not like the others. Alright, so we're going to bring you to a replay of one of our Wednesday modern tournaments. Don't go away, round 5 is going to come up soon. See ya.